That's insane. If this is real and he's talking about the Emiru situation, that's insane. I met a lot of the security guards who are literally like they are not secure. Like they're like smaller than me. They're like smaller than me. They're definitely like not actual security. Like they're just like volunteers. Anyway, I met a lot of them. I took pictures with some, and I found out later like they're not even supposed to be taking pictures with the people there. Like they're supposed to be on the job. So it doesn't matter. Oh, it matters. Some of them had like for sure. Anywho, they were cool. Definitely not actual security, but they were cool. I will say that exact spot that happened, I was there with that's where Leslie's meet and greet was, like literally that exact same booth. And then seeing that footage, which I guess she was on right after Leslie, seeing that footage, there's no way that guy, I don't understand how that guy could have got there unless if he was working for like, he was like had like a Twitch badge or like there's so many, like you have to go through steps to get there. So how did that guy get there is the question. Like he didn't come from the line. I can understand if he came from the line, right? Like how did he get there? That's what I want to know, because we had to go through things to get there. But how did he get there? That's what I want to know. I read that they literally just walked up and nobody stopped them. See, what's crazy is though, like even we had to go through things. We had to get scanned in. We had to go through things to get there. I would say it didn't seem like it was consistent though, but based on the angle that dude came from, like yeah, there were like scans you have to go through to get there. So that was weird. Luckily that didn't happen to me and Peter were at Leslie's meet and greet. And then we had to leave because I think Peter had to, but we were gonna stay there. But had that happened, dude, we were talking about it earlier. We were like, if that had happened to Leslie and me and Peter had left, I would have felt so guilty, because it just, we weren't in like that mindset that could even happen. And that happened right after like Leslie's meet and greet at the same booth. Insane. The Emily situation might end TwitchCon. Yeah, people said they're not going, but I'll be honest, they'll probably do it again next year and the year after that and the year after that. It'll continue. It's not gonna end, I don't think. We'll see how that goes though, legally, because that was not good. I ain't gonna lie, like those kind of situations can happen, right? The crazy part is how that situation happened and how it was handled. Like the crazy dude could have been waiting in line and done the same thing, and it would have made more sense to me how he got through, right? If he was waiting in line, got to his turn, and then did what he did, and then he got pushed out of the way, it's kind of like more understandable. The way that this dude got in, based on what I know the layout being there, there's no excuse as to how he got there. Like there's actually no reason he should have got there. And I know because I went through it. Like I went through how you get there, and there's no way he should have been there. No excuse. Exactly. There was no excuse. And I personally seen it because I walked through it. And then the way that they handled it too, like there was no urgency whatsoever. And she had just been specifically hurt. Not that this is like okay, there should be a difference based on the size of the creator, and like she had already been attacked previously that year. Like there's so many things that doesn't add up. Like how are you not gonna be even more secure with one of like your biggest creators, and also someone who has had this issue in the past? Yeah, it was kind of jarring. And then you would think the next day that security would have been a little bit even greater, and it kind of didn't feel that way. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. People are heated about it right now. I ain't gonna lie. I think by next year, people are still gonna show up. Like it is what it is. They're just waiting for everything to cool down. But yeah, that was a big mess up. Big. Twitch CEO victim blamed Emiru, which is, oh, I didn't see that. That dude was everywhere, by the way. He is everywhere. He doesn't look like he would be like the CEO. He just looks like a content creator. I saw him singing. I saw him at the hotel. It's just, I don't think dude really knows what's going on. He's just having a good time. He was partying, dude. He was everywhere. I saw him like like 3 different parties. Not a care in the world.
Streamer yesterday, Emiru, got assaulted by a male fan, and a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is a top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating
Ain't no way he said you can ban them.
You know, when I use a
You're telling me you're telling me that so Emiru should have banned that guy and then he would have been safe and not had done what he did? Is that what he's saying? Am I misunderstanding what he just said?
Engaging with you live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and
you control your community is wild.
So that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very different. You know, when I use other.
Is this edit? Okay, this is clearly edited, but like that, there's no way, right? Is that what he's trying to say? Am I misunderstanding that?
Short form content, and people say all sorts of stuff. Well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. You know, we're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure. But
Well, I
here's
can't
this
believe
man
he
that
said
just walks
that.
up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform?
I can't tell if this is edited though, because that's
Issues
crazy.
like this have happened.
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of
See,
security.
it is edited.
The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, you know, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, you know, specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, you know, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to
this
help
part
them.
is
But
wild.
This is a challenge in today's society. It's not
Just in case something like what content creators said that they
for our creators is a top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and
Nah, this has to be edited out of context, right? Because that is a wild thing to say. Like, does anyone have the full video of this? Why is it edited like this?
you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very different. You know, when
this is there's no way, right? This has got to be like, that's insane. If this is real and he's talking about the Emiru situation, that's insane. He's basically saying you can control your communities, ban them if you don't want them there. There's no way he's talking about that situation, right? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. No, this has to be edited. I mean, that's insane. That is like ridiculous. If that's what it's actually, there's no way. There's no way. Nah. Like I can't imagine a CEO. Like, nah. There's no way. It is very edited, so I don't know if that's what that's in reference to, but that's crazy. Getting cyberbullied, just ban them. Well, you can ban the people in chat. So if he's talking about chat, right, you can ban people in chat. But people, even if he's talking about that and not the whole Emiru situation, there's so many people I know who get harassed that banning them doesn't do shit. And Twitch doesn't do shit about these people making new accounts and making bots to come and harass people. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't know behind the scenes that you can't control that by banning them. That does nothing. That does nothing. Anywho, I don't know if that's what he's talking about, but even if that's what he was talking about, that's not true. That's not true. But if he's talking about the Emiru situation, which I'll give him benefit of the doubt, I don't think he is talking about that. I think it's edited. But if there's a full clip and that is what he's mentioning, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. Emiru says she initially banned the guy for. I did see that. That's also insane. I also don't understand how, if they caught this dude and they know who this dude is because they banned him, how is he not arrested? Or was he? Like, if they know who it is, like, I don't understand. He walked out on his own. Are you sure? How do you know? Did they report on that? I think he was arrested, but a few hours after. Are we confident that he got arrested? Because good. That definitely should have happened immediately. Like, that should have, someone like that should have been immediate. Like, that should have been, so security should have been tackling him on the spot. That should have been on the spot, legitimately. I'm telling you right now, if that happened when me and Peter were there and that happened to Leslie, I personally, and I'm sure Peter, and I'm sure he would have been on the ground, or we would have tried to, because that was a big dude, but he would have been on the ground. I guarantee you he would not have gotten away like that. He was a big dude, but he would have went down. Like, I'm telling you, I'm surprised that didn't happen. I'm shocked.